Hey guys, you know who it is. It's me, Romacio Fulcher, the California Kid. How y'all doing out there? How you doing, guys? I can't see the screen right now, so I don't know if you're commenting or saying anything, but I know you will be if you haven't already. Anyway, how you doing? But most importantly, you know the next thing I'm going to say is how are you feeling? Because you know why? When we feel good, we do good. Hey guys, I just want to go ahead and give you some love real quick. But listen, I want to go ahead and just take a few minutes here. A very, very important topic that I wanted to share with you. This is extremely important. Extremely important. If you are involved in network marketing or direct sales, doesn't matter what company you're in, this that I'm getting ready to share with you is critical. It's critical. Many of you know that my story, I've been involved in network marketing for 10 years. I started off part-time while I still was a real estate broker, mortgage broker, 10 years ago. And I had never done this profession. I really hated this profession. I didn't know anything about it. I despised it. I never wanted to be involved. I thought nobody made any money. I had all this stuff in my head. I was very judgmental of the people that were involved in this. I really was so negative that if you would have put me in a dark room, I would have developed. That's how negative that I was as it relates to this profession. But the one thing that I did right, I want you to listen carefully. There are many nuggets in what I'm saying. I'm getting ready to give you a life lesson example, a real live example. In fact, there's someone sitting right here in my office right now. I'm not going to reveal this young lady's name. I promised that I wouldn't reveal her name because many people may know who she is, and I don't want to get her. In the middle of a controversial battle. But I am going to share the story because I tell people what happened to her. I tell people all the time to beware of this, and so I'm gonna use her example. She's actually holding the phone right now, and I'm gonna share her story with you here in just a minute. But back to what I was saying. So I got started 10 years ago. I had never done this thing before. Let me tell you the only reason why I got started. Number one, I was at a point in my life where I wanted to find a secondary stream of income because real estate was changing. It was. But number two, I knew nothing about network marketing. I didn't know about this thing. I didn't understand this thing. All I knew is, yes, I was interested in residual income and I was interested in leverage. Residual income and leverage. Those two things put together would give me more money, number one, and number two, it would give me more time freedom to enjoy the money, which ultimately means better lifestyle. Okay? Those are the two things that I was looking for. Now, here's the only thing I knew that would actually get me what I wanted. The only thing I knew how to do is I knew how to make sure that I sought out the right leader. Listen to me. The way that I made all my money in mortgage and real estate is because I was taught by the right leader. You say, well, Romacio, how did you know how to find the right leader? Well, because my mom and dad are very good leaders. They're very good. Now, my mom and dad are not wealthy, but they're very good leaders. They taught me how to identify and respect good leadership. Good leadership always leaves clues. So even though I was broke when I was in my early 20s, I literally, when I met Mr. Brent Peterson, who was my real estate and mortgage coach, I could hear and see the results of his leadership. So as a result, I got started. I signed up with Mr. Brent Peterson in the mortgage and real estate profession, and he taught me here in Sacramento everything. His teaching, my work ethic, that's how I became rich at the age of 25. Okay? Did you catch that? All of you listening, did you hear me talk anything about a product? No, you heard me talk about leadership. I found a man. And by the way, he was not black, he was white. And I let everybody know that because oftentimes the person that has the answer to what you're looking for, it may not look like you. They may not sound like you, and they may not have your religious background. Okay? You got to be able to separate people's personality from their results. This guy was a good leader. He was proven. Okay? It's the second time I've talked about that. Proven leader. So when it came time for me to saying yes to this network marketing thing 10 years ago, guess what I did? I made sure once again I chose the right leader. I keep coming back to this, guys, because everything about your life is about leadership. Leader of one can become the leader of many. But if you can't lead myself, I cannot lead any. That's why when I was needing to make more money, I had to make sure that I partnered myself with the right leader. Someone that was proven, someone that had done it time and time again, someone that was very ethical, someone that was hardworking, someone that really knew what they were doing. Now listen, I want you to beware of people that talk a good game. Beware of the good talkers. I want you to seek out the good walkers, the ones that walk the walk while talking the talk. The ones that are not afraid to show you their past and current results and also their future plan on how they plan to achieve the new results that they're going after. I want you to place a greater emphasis on making sure you choose the right leader. You have to do this if you want to guarantee yourself to be successful in this profession. Okay? As a result of me choosing the right leader 10 years ago, that's how I was able to make tens of thousands of dollars my very first 45 days in the profession. Why do I always tell people this story? Because I don't have a lot of patience. I probably would have never stuck with this profession for a year or 2 years if I didn't have some level of quick success. Did you catch that? I would not be here today as an ambassador if I did not have some quick success. Okay? All of my quick success is not attributed to me. It's attributed to I follow the instructions of a very, very, very good, seasoned, proven leader. Hope you wrote that down. All of my success in the very beginning is attributed to I followed the instructions of a good, proven leader. There it is again. I keep mentioning that word, leadership. Okay? Now, here I am 10 years later, millions and millions of dollars earned, having a lot of fun, helping a lot of people all around the world, living the Viva Loca, right? But how did it all start? Because I'm a product of good leadership. Okay? Now, I want to go ahead and show you what happens when you don't have good leadership. I want to show you what happens. Now let's define what I was. I was very coachable to my leader. I was very coachable. Whatever, as long as what they told me to do was ethical, moral, and legal, I would do it. Listen to me. I said, as long as what they told me to do was ethical, moral, and legal, I would do it. I never had a mentality or an attitude that said, well, you know what? I'm going to do that, but I'm not doing that. I never thought like that. Why? Because in network marketing, we give you free training because we want you to win. You have to understand this. If you don't win, that means we don't win. If you don't make any money, we don't make any money. I quickly understood that. I quickly understood that if I will follow exactly what my leader tells me to do, the one that I chose, then I'll have the same results. It's monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do. Now, so now you know I was very, very coachable. I want to show you what happens when you have someone who's coachable, but the leader they're following is not a good leader because they have an ego problem. I want to show you an illustration. Again, the young lady, she's sitting in my office right now. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want to expose her and get her any sort of trouble with, because I'm quite sure her previous leader is probably going to watch this Facebook Live. Okay, so take a look at this. So I drew it out on paper for you, all right? Let's look real closely. All right? Here you are right here. Let's say your name is Bob. This is you right here, okay, at the very bottom. And you're very coachable. You came into network marketing, whatever company you're involved in, and you're saying, hey, I want to win. I want to make more money. I want to retire early. I want this. I want a bigger house, bigger bank account. I want to help more people. I want to win. This is you. And you're saying, hey, listen, I'm going to be extremely coachable. I see people crossing the stage. I see people with the cars, the lifestyle, the money, the type of zest. I see these people, and I want to be like that. This is you. You come in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. You're literally all green. You don't know what you don't know, but you keep hearing everybody say, if you just be coachable, if you just be coachable, if you just be coachable and follow the instructions, you too will win. So here you are right here. This is you. All right? Now, you begin to work with your upline. Notice I said your upline, number 2 upline. Let me define what that means. Okay, sometimes the person who sponsored you may be horrible, right? They may be broke just like you in network marketing, but you end up working with an upline leader, okay? I want to call this upline leader number 2. Just follow the example. It's someone in the upline structure that's above you that you end up working with. Now, the only reason you work with this person, catch this. The only reason you work with this person, because this person has achieved the results that you desire. This person is being recognized within your company as a leader, okay? And so you decide to say, you know what? I'm going to follow this person, upline leader number 2, okay? Now watch what I'm about to say next. Upline leader number 2 has an upline above them. And we're going to call this person upline leader number 1. As a matter of fact, let's call this person, male or female, the source. Okay? I'm going to write that here. We're going to call this person the source. Okay? So we're going to call this person right here, upline leader number 1. Hopefully you can see that. This is the source. What do I mean when I say source? And it means all the information, it came from this source. The information of exactly what to do, how to do it, the system, everything. It came from the source. Now watch this. Upline leader number 2, which came from the source, all because they had an ego. Watch this. All because they had an ego. Upline leader number 1 told upline leader number 2, there are 5 things you need to do to be successful in this company. These are the 5 things. This is how you do them. Upline leader number 2 said, okay, I'm going to do number 1. We put a check. Upline leader number 2 said, I'm going to do number 2. Upline leader number 2 said, I'm going to do number 3. But then upline leader number 2 said, no, I'm not going to do number 4. And I'm not going to do number 5. So, of the 5 things that was told by the source to upline leader number 2 to do, there were 5 things. Upline leader number 2 only chose to do 3 of the 5 things. That's it. All because of their ego. Now, you say, let me show you how your leader's ego will affect your entire business. Watch this. Here you are, the innocent one. You just came in. You don't know that the person that you're following has an ego. And they don't want to do exactly what was told to them to do. And so guess what you do? You follow upline leader number 2 because they're being recognized as a leader within the company. You do everything they do. You say everything they say. You do it the way they say do it. But then you start scratching your head and you start wondering, how come I'm not growing? How come I'm not making the money that I wanted to make? What's wrong with me? I see other people on that team making money. I see other people over there making money. Why am I not growing? How come it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 years? and I'm still not growing. Here's the dangerous part. Upline leader number 2, you like her personality. She's a really nice lady, or he's a really nice man. I like his soul, but I just don't understand, for such a good person that they are, how come I'm not growing? Here's what you don't know about upline leader number 2. They've got an ego, and they chose not to follow exactly what upline leader number 1 told them to do. And so because they chose not to follow exactly what upline leader number 1 told them to do, you, my friend, are a product. You are the example. You are the catastrophe. You are the one that has to pay for their ego. You are the one. You're the reason why I'm talking so loud right now, because I get sick and tired of leaders and their damn egos. Because you hurt innocent people. People come into the business, they want to win, they really need the money, they want a better life, they're following what you said do, but they're not growing. All because of you and your ego. That's right, I'm talking to you. All you upline leaders and all these different companies that you call yourself a leader, but then I want you to look at your organization and ask yourself, is it growing? Is your organization, is it growing? Because if your organization is not growing, you ain't going. Did you hear me? If your organization is not growing, you're not going. You are hurting people. And the sad part about it, they don't even know that they're being hurt. But eventually, they're going to figure it out. It may take them a few years. God bless their heart if they got a few years to waste, because I didn't. But it may take them a few years to finally figure out, you know what, upline leader number 2, I like this person. But there's something about upline leader number 2. I can't put my finger on what it is, but for some reason, I'm just not growing. And let me tell you, when this person here finally figures out that upline leader number 2 is not doing what they're supposed to, let me tell you when they figure it out. Listen carefully. Here's what happens. This person right here, meaning you, they go to a company event. And at the company event, they're going to see upline leader number 2 there, and they're going to see upline leader number 1. And typically, upline leader number 1 is going to speak. And they're going to begin to talk about the system and talk about how to do the business. And they're going to begin to reveal a way of doing the business that everybody's supposed to be doing. And this is the moment that you're going to hear disparity. You're going to hear, wait a minute, okay. My leader, upline leader number 2, told me about number 1. They told me about number 2. They told me about number 3. But you know what? I never heard about number 4. I never heard about number 5. And upline leader number 1 is going to say, we tell everybody in the company, this is how you're supposed to be doing it. And at that moment, little old you is going to say, wait a minute. How come I didn't know about that? How come no one told me about that? That one little thing that you left out, upline leader number 2, that one little thing that you had an ego, that thing that you thought was such a little, well, you know what? I'm teaching my people the big picture, but I'm not teaching them the small details. That one little centimeter, that one little thing that you chose to omit, you chose to say, no, I'm not going to do it that way. It cost this person right here their business. It cost them. It cost them. They say, you know what? I've tried this thing and it doesn't work. I quit. I don't want to do it no more. Or this is even worse. It would almost be better for them to quit. But instead, let me tell you what else happens. They stick around. They stick around and they begin, this person right here, they begin to feel it's normal not to grow. It's normal. Well, this is what everybody does, right? We all just kind of just get involved and nobody really grows. Just a few people. No, that's wrong. Because the person you're following had an ego. And that ego will cost everybody. Let me put it to you this way. You can tell I'm passionate. You can tell I'm fired up about this. Because this is why I'm successful. I dropped my ego in the trash and I follow the leadership. Now listen, let me tell you something. I've never been in the Army before. I've never been in the Navy, and I've never been in the Marines. But here's what I know about an ego if you were in the Army, the Navy, or the Marines. Here's what I know. Your ego will cost you your life. That's why when you join the Army or the Navy, they break you down. They strip you down literally. Don't nobody care about your mama. Don't nobody care about your daddy. Don't nobody care about how broke or rich you were. We're going to break you down, and we're going to build you up, and we're going to teach you how to respect authority. We're going to teach you how to follow instructions. Why? Because when we go out there on the field of battle, if you don't follow the instructions, people will die. You will die. You will die. That's what will happen. So we're going to make sure that you learn how to follow instructions. And that's why I like, even though I've never been to the Marines nor the Army, I respect it. Because they teach you to get rid of your ego. Now, as I end this broadcast, I want you to know, I want you to remember this little simple training I did, because this young lady is sitting right here. She was involved in her previous company for over 4 to 5 years. She went to every event, every single event she went to. She did all the personal development that they told her to do. And here it is, she sits in my office wondering why she never grew. Because she finally figured out that upline leader number 2 wasn't doing exactly what upline leader number 1 was telling her to do. And guess what? She was the one that ended up costing her. So drop a 1 right there if you understand what we're saying. All of you that are leaders in other companies, drop your ego. Put it in the trash. Make sure you're following the right leader. It's very important. Stop playing around with people's livelihood. These innocent babies right here, they don't even know it's your ego that's blocking their blessing. Stop it. Now, for those of you that are brand new, that haven't joined yet, let me give you some good information. You need to seek out the best leader you can find. This is how you know it's a good leader. You want to make sure what their character is like. Now listen, no leader is perfect, but do they have good character? That's important, okay? Number 2, you want to look at their resume, their reputation. What have they gotten lucky one time, or do they have a history of winning over and over and over again? This is very important. What are their current results? How many other people around them are also achieving results? See, you have to make sure you are choosing a very good leader. The only reason I've been blessed and fortunate, one of the biggest reasons in network marketing, I've always chosen really, 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 really great leaders. It's because I never wanted to be this person. I knew the value of an ego, and I knew I wanted to get as close to the source as I possibly could. That way, I didn't have to worry about upline leaders number 2 and their little ego. See, today I've tried to reveal to all of you the casualties of an ego. Drop the ego, all you leaders, and I promise you your organization will quadruple if you drop the ego. So, and listen, I'm letting you know, it's always you intelligent people, you people that feel you're very smart. You're the ones that say, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but you know what, I'm not going to do those 2 things because I can do it better. I have a better way of doing it. And your better way oftentimes leads to a town called nowhere. So listen, I hope you got this message. I hope you really appreciate it. I hope you will share this message with everyone all throughout the community of network marketing. In my company, whatever company you're involved in, if you understood how this makes me feel. Innocent people getting hurt all because of your ego. And yes, it happens in my organization. Yes, it does. People that we tell them this is the way to do it, this is how you do it. That's why I pride myself as the most coachable student in the organization. I am the most coachable. Listen, if you drop your ego, you'll finally get rich and wealthy, along with hard work and dedication. Drop your ego. I love you. Bye-bye.